So I'm Ho Yuan. This will be my oral communication reflection for the PEC. So for the past few weeks, we have done all the activity. So as the first activity was debating. During the debating, I've learned that we need to have a clear mindset and we need to discuss with our teammate. We need to share our idea to them to let them know what is our idea. So during the debating, we won't have any conflict that we are clashing the ideas. And we also need to discuss during debate. We also need to discuss with teammate, like we're giving out the idea, so the opponent team will fight back our idea, and we need to discuss how we want to return back. So that was I learned during the debating. After the debate, the second activity was guessing the words. So basically, one person will have a handphone on top of their head, and another teammate need to describe about the word. So during that game, I've learned that during communication, can't everyone speak at the same time, because when everyone speak at the same time, the person who guessing very hard to focus at the sound. Everyone will like talking, describing. So we need to go by one, and everyone describe need to be easy and simple to let the person who guess easy to catch up your idea. And the third activity was drawing using pencil to work out the maze, and the person will be blindfolded. So during that, I also have learned that giving instruction was quite important to be simple and easy. And also, as the second activity, can't everyone describe at the same time. So for the fourth activity was the activity that organized by my team. So our team have done several activities. For the first one was the origami. One person will read out the step, then another need to follow by the step. So everyone need to listen to the step, and the person who give the step need to read it clear, giving a good instruction so everyone can do it correctly. So what was new or surprise to me was during the debating, we have done a good discussion that the debate was going smooth. We didn't stop during the debating, so like when our turn, we just answer it out. And what had changed my mind as a result of this section has changed me was about previously I was thinking about everyone can share the idea at the same time, so it can go in fast and easy. But during the activity, I learned that can't everyone share at the same time, because when everyone share at the same time, it's very hard to focus and catch the point. And based off the section, what are the areas that I need to deliver further? I think it was giving out idea clearly, because I don't think that my idea was sharing clearly to my teammate always, and it's hard to catch point in my words. So I think I need to develop more in that. I still unsure about some issue was how can I improve that. So like, because sometimes I talking with others, I mumbles, maybe the word is not clear, so I was thinking about how to improve in that. What was the thing that I like the most about this subject was the thing that I most like about was everyone can work together and without any misunderstanding or small argument inside the group. So everyone like peace is nice in the group. The most interesting fact that I learned in this session was the song guessing, because I have learned knowing more and more song, and everyone keeps giving different song and what, like, oh yeah, this song almost like me, but it's not the correct answer. I still afraid about some issue. The issue that I'm most afraid about, like just I mentioned, was about the mumbling. By giving up the instruction is not clear enough, or my idea is not clear. My teammate is hard to catch on my idea, and my speaking was about like mumble. Everyone hard to listen about it. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
A very good day. My name is Tarini Munandi. Today I'm here to share about my knowledge regarding my communication skills subject throughout this semester. So first of all, I would like to share the three main things that I have learned from this subject is effective listening, non-verbal communication, and conflict resolution. First of all, from the effective learning, I have understanding the importance of active listening and its role in effective communication. For example, for the weekly activity, one of the group conduct maze maze activity. So here we can see that one of the person need to tie their eyes, and the other need to give the instruction. So therefore, we need to listen carefully to complete the activity. For the non-verbal communication, I am learning about the significance of body language, gesture, and facial expression in conveying message. So here I can say another group from my class has conducted a game which is flip or flop. So here they will hold their phone on forehead oppositely and show to the other members, which is regarding the transportation, food, animals, and so on. So the members need to show in their body language about their words or letter on the phone. So the other person who holding the phone need to identify the letter. So here we can learn the body language, gesture, and facial expression in conveying message. Moreover, for the conflict resolution, developing strategy for managing conflict and disagreement in a constructive manner, which is group 1 conduct a debate. So here we can see that a debate is such a thing on like a argument. So here we need a conflict thinking, which is like we need a more knowledge on the topic, and on the spot we need to collect their points and also need to escalate our points too. So I would like to say that one of the newer or surprising things that happened to me is from throughout the semester is it's obviously me, because I would like to say that now I'm bravely communicate with new strangers. Yeah, of course it's strangers, and also I'm very brave to show my face and record such a thing as like right now I'm doing. It's such a very new thing, and it made me clearly a brave thing on myself. Moreover, I would like to say, I really believe on that effective communication is only about speaking well, by realizing that listening and non-verbal communication are equally important. Not only the speaking communication, speaking is very important. Also, listening and non-verbal communication also very important to communicate such a things with with others, or maybe it's really importance on communicate with in future in our working place and so on. Moreover, I will say, like I have to develop more in public speaking, like enhancing my ability to present ideas confidently and engagingly in front of an audience. And moreover, I would like to develop my emotional intelligence, which definitely after improving my understanding of emotion and their influence on communication and relationship. Other than that, I also need conflict management developing, because here the skills in resolving conflict and managing difficulty conversation is really a very big deal in nowadays scenario, in a working place, or like some other important place too. I would like to say that it's a big no for unsure issues related to communication skill throughout this semester, because my lecturers uh, teach us very clearly about the formal communication and also non-formal communication, and such a like a non-verbal communication and so on. It's like a clearly, like even with the friends or no friends, even in a formal way also they are teaching us very clearly. So I would like to say that one thing that I like the most from this subject is like to gaining a practical tips and technique to improve my communication skill in various contexts, which can apply in my personal and professional life too. Moreover, like the one thing that dislike about the subject is like extended theoretical aspect without enough practical exercise or hands-on experience. Other than that, I also learned something like some miscellaneous interesting facts during the session, which is like the impact of culture differences on communication styles and norm, and also the importance of adapting communication approaches to different personality types. Uh, there are also three issues that interested uh, me a lot, and that also might want to ask my lecturers for more detailed explanation is the a role of active listening in building effective relationship strategies for delivering persuasive presentation, and also technique for resolving conflict in the workplace, also in the classroom for the future, like future studies and also so on. So lastly, I would like to say I'm still afraid of some issues, like yes, of course, I'm still have some shyness, and also um, a scariness, like when I communicate with a person which I it's a totally a stranger for me. When I was talking with face to face, or like on phone call also, it's like a very difficult things for me because of my maybe my communications, my words, I'm always afraid of my words, is that wrong or right. Yes, yeah, we are human being, we definitely will do some mistakes. I think for the last part, I would like to say about the my major project, which is really helpful. Like, okay, we have conducted the talk show. It's really helpful, like with the audience, in front of audience and my lecturers. It's a really a challenge thing for me to present or do a talk show with my friends. Also, we have faced some difficulties because some of my members uh, forgot their script. So, however, we managed to finish our talk show very nicely. So, for the overall thing, I would like to say I have gained knowledge from the activity that conducted throughout the 5 weeks, and also the major project we have conducted. It's really helpful for me to how to conduct a talk show or conduct any event with the group of members, and also like communicate with strangers, or even their classmates. We are not knowing each others, but we are really make to make a friend, and yeah, it's a good communication that I have gained throughout this semester. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aishwarya. So this is my portfolio for PEC201. For the first week activities, which is Suryati group, which they are doing a debate activity, which are two group of the members. For the second week, we'll be doing MFIA activity, so there is no classes for the week. The third week activities, which is RJ group, they're doing complete the maze on the piece of the paper, which is such a nice game for them. The last week of the classes, which is our coordinate of our game. The first game we coordinate 3 games. First game is the origami game. We're doing a frog with a piece of paper. The second game is the guess the song, and the third game is which is the people need to blind and find the frog in front of the classes.
Have a good day. My name is Nur Ikhlir Kabarina binti Nur Izham. So the reason of why I made this video because I want to make the reflections of the oral communications PEC, which is for the first questions, what are the main things that I learned from these subjects or oral communication subject is when it comes to communication skills, there are several importance that we need to focus on. The 3 main things that I learned from this subject is public speaking. This is because public speaking is a crucial skills in many aspects of life, including the presentations, a meeting, and conference. And the second one is communication styles, such as I learned the technique for speech, or maybe how to engage my communications to the audience. And the lastly is presentation skills, which is the things that I learned in communication skill is how I cover my strategies for creating the engaging and informative presentations, including the selecting and organizing content to the audience. And the second one is what was a new or surprising me in this class is the prospect of having a major project that involve giving a talk to audience is a completely new and surprising to me. And then what have I changed my mind about, and as a for reason for these sessions is actually as a result of the sessions in a communication skills, I have experienced a change of a perspective, my own abilities, which is, and I am become more confident in my communication skills when I am interacting with the others. And then the second one is the fourth, the based on the sessions, what are the areas which I need to develop further, which is one of the improvement, which is in these sessions is active listening. Because while I understand the importance of active listening, I recognize that I can enhance my skills in a truly giving full attention, or maybe understand the other's perspective and respond then and give a feedback truthfully. And then number 5 is am I still unsure about the issue, what are there. So for these sessions particularly, it is related to my grammar and pronunciations. I would like to further clarifications, which is and guidance on a correct pronunciation of a certain words and sounds that I find it is challenging. And then the number 6 is what is the one things that I like about this subject is the one that the thing it is I enjoyed about this subject is a combination of engaging the weekly activities and also the major project. And then what is the one thing that I most dislike about this subject is maybe I found the challenging the subject was experienced is instance of a communication, which is it could have been a various factor as such as an unclear instructions or technically issues or difficulty in conveying the ideas of effectively. And what what are the some of miscellaneous interesting facts that I learned from these sessions is actually it is effective in a communication that involve active listening, which is it is include a technique like summarizing and asking of the clarify questions and the feedback that valuable component of this effective communications. And then the number 9 is what are the 3 issues that interested me a lot, and I would like to ask my lecturer for more detailed explanation is communication styles and how I manage my body contact and maybe body language, and then the cross-culture communications, how I have to communicate effectively across the different culture, and persuasive technique in oral communication, such as how I transfer my communications to the audience or maybe to the one that who is listen to me, such as using a storytelling or maybe a theatrical device or emotional appeals. And am I still afraid of some issue, which is it is my grammar and my pronunciations in my communication skill, which is the reflection of this activity is I have again a valuable insights and a learned important a lesson through the engage in a various exercises, which is in a debate. Participate in a debate has a sharp my critical thinking and help me understand how to improve my constructive well-reasoned argument with the others. Okay, and then the second one is a maze game with the instructions, which is playing a maze game using instructions. It is taught me the importance of the clarity in a communication, which is I learned the value of using specific language and provide me a clear directions. And then the hex game, which is where the player one provide a hint, and then the player two need to guess what is the meaning that player one already giving, which is this convey me of the information accurately, which is I need to choose my word and in hints that were relevant and clear and understand to assist the other players. And then the activity that's already been done is a make a prop origami by instruction, which is engaging the origami activities by following instructions. Taught me that it is combined by procedures the information, such as breaking down the complex steps or maybe descriptive the language or maybe do the instructions understandable. And then guess the song by reading, which is by reading a lyric with a video or without audio. I had to rely it is a textual clues or maybe the language pattern and prior knowledge to the chip which is to enhance my intended meaning, which is this exercise actually is highlighted important to active listening and the role of the context in the communications. And also overall these activities, this weekly activity actually have provided me the practical opportunity to apply and develop oral communication skills. And then for my reflections of a major projects, which is what is I get from this reflection is actually the number one is a preparation and organization. This is because I learned how the important it is in conducting in a depth research, which is the structure, the content logically, and maybe I need to create a clear outline script or maybe a proper preparations that allow me to deliver well organizations or maybe to ensure that my message was effective to the audience. And the second one is audience engagement, which is giving a thought to an audience. It is important of engaging with the listener. I learned to consider the needs, maybe the interest, maybe the prior knowledge of the audience. And then the second one is actually the adaptability and flexibility within me and the audience, because the project this major project taught me the importance of adaptability and flexibility during a presentation, which is overall the major project in oral communication. Actually, it is provide me the valuable of the opportunity that I need to apply and refine in my communication skills. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So my name is Adana Batisha binti Rozlan. So I will be doing reflection for PEC201 oral communication skills. So the three main things that I learned from this subject is communication skills, communication styles, and intonation when communicating. What was new things that surprising me is our major project. We need to do a talk show. So this is like my first time conducting a talk show. So I think this is like kind of new for me, and I think it's a good experience so that I can experience doing a talk show. I think that things that I need to develop more is my communication styles. I need to improve in my communication styles so that people will understand what I am talking about. So I think communication styles and intonation is important. What I like the most about this PEC 201 is the game that being conducted weekly, and it is very interesting that involve oral, because this is like oral communication, so we need to involve the oral communication. And I think it's interest game that being conducted from the other student. So I will be talking about our weekly activities. So the first group, they are doing a debate where we will be given one topic and the two groups need to argue about it. And I think debate is a quite interesting game to play because it will involve many of our communication, and we need to give out our points or facts that match with the topic, and it's kind of argument, so it is kind of interesting and I like about it. So I think debate is good for oral communication because we need to speak out from our point of view. So I think it can improve our communication skills. So for the second group is, it call it as maze. Like we were given this one piece of A4 paper where they have a maze on it. So one person need to hold a pen and draw out a path to get out from the maze, and the other person need to give the instruction whether we need to go straight, we need to go left, we need to go right, anything. We need to give the good instruction to the person, and the person will be blindfolded, so they need to hear the instruction from the instructor only. So I think from this game we will get, we can improve our communication styles. We need to give the good instructions so that the person will understand whether. I think it's a good game and I like it, and yes, it can improve it. It can improve our communication skills. And for the last group is my group. We have 3 different games. First is origami. We need to make frog origami where one people will read the instruction and the other will make the origami. So this clearly need to give a good instruction so that person will make a good origami. And yes, and the second game is also maze. We need to arrange table and chairs, so they will need to pass through the maze and take the frog at the front, and one of them need to give the good instruction, and one of them will be blindfolded and walk through the maze, and they need to give a good instruction so that the person that blindfolded will go through without any. And the last game is guess the song, where one people will read the lyric and the other will guess the song. So so the other will guess the song, and the key is to read the lyrics properly. So we need to communicate. We need to communicate so that the other will guess the song correctly. And my reflection for the major project is we need to conduct a talk show about awareness of bullying. So what I learned from doing this major project, I can learn how to do a talk show, and I can learn how people doing a talk show. I had experienced how the talk show going. I think it's kinda interesting, and our topic is also interesting, and I know how to conduct a show and create a script, give a talk about awareness that people think is important about it, and it will attract the audience and take the information from what my group gives. So yes, that's the reason why communication is important, and communication styles is also important, so that it can attract the audience to listen to us. So yes, that's what I got from our major project. So my reflection for this PEC201 is I can improve my communication skills, because usually I don't really talk to people that much, but I think now I can talk to them. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening, and thank you.
Morning to Madam Asni and also Madam Suryanti. My name is Amritkar, Dr. Alpalbir Singh, matrix number 10120221091637. I'm currently taking Bachelor in Accounting and Finance. So today I'll be presenting about my PEC reflection, which is on a PEC subject, which is oral communication. So as we all know, oral communication is a process where a verbal and a non-verbal kind of information or ideas that is transferred within one and another individual. So basically, throughout this subject, I get to learn a lot through the activities that we carry on every week for the classes, and also it also taught me the importance of having a good communication with each another. To be help it will be, and also I get to learn that it will be helpful for me in my daily life. So as we can see, throughout this subject we did weekly activities where there were 5 groups of us, and then each week there were 2 groups giving contribution on the activities on the oral communication. As for the first week, we had a activity where we were assigned to conduct a forum. It was a very interesting topic were given, which is being a book smart better or street smart. We had a debate on it. It was a really quite interesting topic were given, because it was really out of the box, and then did help us to communicate among our group mate a lot, and also managed to contribute a very good part in this for debate. Other than that, we also had a activity where we were also given to play maze on a paper, which was really interesting, because one of the member of the team will be blindfolded and the other 2 have to guide to settle up the maze. Throughout this activity, I think that did really pressures us on how to communicate to each other, because at one time only one person could communicate. So having a clear thoughts on how to communicate and also giving a clear instruction was really important to this activity. It also helped us to communicate with each another very well to complete the maze thing. As for my group, we guys conducted a few activities where we give origamis to be settled down in a group, and also we had origami, and then we also had a table maze where we have to instruct the group mates to lead one of the person to the final line to win the race. It was a really interesting. Throughout all these activities, I get to know that oral communication is really communication is a key to in order to complete any task any task that is given. We also had an activity called charades, where we have to guess and act for the other group member to guess on what we are trying to say. As example, one of the group member will be holding the phone and the other have to act it out and say it to them. So throughout this activity also, the group mates also communicated with each other very well, and also had a great time of having the game. Okay, as a conclusion, I think that oral communication is really important for everyone, and also having a good communication helps to improve you in order to make you more confident throughout when you are speaking, and also it also helps you to bring up your confidence, and also make a better understanding towards each and another. Thank you. That's all from me.